What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and I've received a lot of messages over the last few days about the Chaos Chamber loot run that everyone's been doing for probably the last week, and a lot of you are wondering, have they patched this run as yet because you're having a hard time finding Zomboss at the end? Now, the answer is no, it is still going on, and as you can see, this is an insane way to get a ton of loot. I'm sure they are going to patch it at one point soon. I wanted to show you exactly what to do because a lot of people were wondering, is there a certain pattern you need to follow to get to Zomboss at the end, so I wanted to give you a quick breakdown this morning. So first of all, let's talk about difficulty, and difficulty does not matter when you're trying to do this. You could have Chaos mode on or off, you could be at Chaos level 1 or 20, none of that will have an impact. All that matters is Zomboss showing up at the end of the entire thing, because that's how this method actually works. Now, another question a lot of you are having is, does the path you take during your Chaos run actually have an impact on the boss that shows up at the end? And it is totally random, my friends. I've tried every different variation, nothing seems to have any pattern whatsoever. It all boils down to luck. The only thing that difficulty will actually affect is obviously it's going to be a little tougher as you go through the thing, but it will also give you more crystals as you're completing, more of the sections and whatnot. But ideally, if you get to Zomboss at the end, none of that is going to matter. Now, the main reason why this entire farming method is centered around Zomboss is because they are the only boss in the game that you can defeat in the Chaos Chamber, and then you down your character, you respawn, and they show up again. Trust me, I've tried every single other boss, and the reason it took me so long to make this video is because, like many of you out there, I couldn't get Zomboss to show up at the end of the run no matter how many times I did it, how many different variations. That led to a lot of your questions, was it patched, was it not? I can tell you right now, this footage is from yesterday, so as of now, it is still good to go. Now, for those of you that are just stepping into this going, what the hell are you talking about, Graybeard? Here's how it works. All you do is you take out Zomboss, you can see all the crystals, all that good stuff. Then you complete the actual level, and by complete the level, I mean you go over to the dice, you smash them, but you do not go through the portal. Once you've done that, step away from the portal, and then you're going to down your character in any means possible. Use a spell, use a weapon, it doesn't matter. You're going to defeat your own character, and when you respawn, you will be right outside Zomboss's chamber. You can drop back in, and you can do this as many times in a row as you like. It doesn't matter, my friend. Spend 30 minutes, an hour, whatever you want to do. You will stack up so much loot. Now, there happen to be a few important things that I want to mention which should hopefully help you out. First of all, you want to make sure of two things. One, that your inventory on you is empty, so that way you have much space as possible, because even with that, you're going to have to make some decisions on what loot you keep and what loot you get rid of. Now, you also have that lost loot, container at Izzy's, so you'll want to make sure that's empty as well. That way, if you do miss any items or you don't have enough space to pick up everything you want, those items will be transferred there for you. Now, the other thing I want to point out is even though I'm dying over and over, you can see that I still have 3 lives in the corner, and that is because once you clear Zomboss the first time, it actually ends the level. Therefore, no matter how many times you're downed, it will not affect anything else whatsoever. However, the most important piece of information I want to pass along in this video is stay away from that yellow portal when you're doing your farming in this area. I made the biggest mistake. I had finally gotten to Zomboss. It had taken me like days of trying different bosses, all of these things. Zomboss wouldn't spawn. Now, Zomboss finally shows up. I'm doing my farming. I'm stacking crystals. I'm getting a ton of loot. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm about 15 minutes in. I actually wind up getting too close to the portal while I'm trying to kill Zomboss. I wind up going through, and that was the end of the run. Needless to say, I was pretty bummed out because my goal was to stack anywhere between 10 and 15,000 crystals, because as most of you know who've done this before, once you go through that portal, then you're actually transported to the loot chamber, and then you can actually choose targeted loot. I think by the time I went through the portal, I had like 2,600 crystals, something like that. So again, I didn't really get to maximize why I was here. So my friends, let me be a cautionary tale. Just stay the hell away from that portal until you're ready to finish the entire thing. And as I start to wrap this video up, I want to pass along a few more tips to players who maybe are just getting to the Chaos Chamber now. Now, one thing I recommend is when you first start this off, just do everything on the lowest difficulty so you can speedrun it, get to the end, and hopefully you'll be lucky enough to see Zomboss there. Now, in regards to what buffs or, different curses you choose, what I suggest is initially just choose different buffs. You can spend some of your crystals along the way, get, damage buffs and get different things like that. I suggest doing whatever makes getting getting through that easier for you, because the idea is to get to the end, hope that Zomboss is there, and if not, you want to rinse and repeat. With all that being said, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this video up. The good thing is that even when they do patch this, which they're going to do because this is definitely unintentional, there are still so many great ways to farm in this game. You're going to be able to stack loot no matter what, but if you have this opportunity now, I definitely recommend doing it. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for the incredible support you continue to show this channel, and remind you, if you have questions, comments, feedback, let me know in the section down below, as my main goal is to try to help out in any way I can. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. You'll see that I did get some good loot from this encounter, but again, I just wanted so many more crystals. I was kind of bummed out. I got a few chaotic items, so it was definitely worth my time, but again, my friends, stay away from that portal until you are ready to end it. Like I mentioned at the end of every video, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor, hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.